Good evening, good evening. This is Carla Thornton McLean. This is my weekly chat with Carla. I wanted to go over with you all today. If you actually been following me this week, I actually did a couple of videos actually on reflexology. And reflexology had something to do if our chi is actually out of whack, okay? And if you're anything like me, I had never heard of the word Qi before, okay? And the reason why I had never heard of it, and you probably never heard of the word Qi, is because it comes from TCM, and that's traditional Chinese medicine. And Qi simply means one's energy, okay? So in other words, is according to the traditional Chinese medicine, a balanced Qi is very important to having good physical and mental health, okay? So that actually got my attention, and it had something to do with our mental and our physical health, meaning if our Qi, our energy, is actually not balanced. So I wanted to dive a little bit more into that word Qi, and to see if what is like Qi deficiency, or if we actually even have a Qi deficiency, and what are the symptoms and what we need to do. So in other words, to create awareness once again, okay? So this is what I want to do on my weekly chat this week, okay? And what is Qi deficiency, okay? So in other words, Qi simply means your energy. So Qi deficiency simply means it's a lack of energy. In other words, you actually don't have your Qi is not where it needs to be, okay? So it's out of balance, okay? So when a person's Qi is balanced and in harmony, they benefit from a healthy well-being and contentment, okay? When one's Qi is deficient, pain, suffering, and illness may occur, okay? So in other words, you can have some pain, some suffering, and even some illness. It can cause some chronic illness. It's called some illness, okay? Symptoms of Qi deficiency: digestive system, okay? If you have poor digestion, weakness, bloating, low or no appetite, anemia, okay? Lungs: asthma, weak or breathy voice, weak immune system. Heart: poor circulation, lack of joy, rapid and irregular heartbeat. Kidneys: memory loss, hair loss, knee or back pain. So it has you can have several symptoms of Qi deficiency. So if you're actually having those, just be aware that means your Qi is not balanced, okay? Other symptoms can mean anxiety, dry skin, muscle ache, weakness, weight problems, mental fog, emotional exhaustion. In other words, you're just mentally tired, okay? What causes Qi deficiency? It begins with genetic makeup, they said. It's also affected by your diet, emotions, and habits from birth, okay? Physical and emotional conditions are thought to diminish your Qi, okay? The most common causes are chronic stress and not getting enough sleep. I want to read that again. The most common causes of Qi deficiency are chronic stress and not getting enough sleep. So it's very, very important that we're actually getting our rest. Other causes can be food sensitivities. Once again, not paying attention to what we're putting in our body, okay? Because what you're actually putting in your body, once again, can cause health issues, can cause skin issues. In other words, is what we're actually feeding ourselves has overall effect over our body, okay? Which we know can also cause, illness, okay? Hormonal imbalances, unresolved emotional issues, relationship problems, okay? How is Qi deficiency treated? Nutritional recommendations are made to treat a Qi deficiency due to a person's Qi comes from the foods they choose to eat. Okay, I'll read that again. Nutritional recommendations are made to treat a A Qi deficiency due to a person's Qi comes from the foods they choose to eat. So once again, this is what actually caught my attention. And the reason why I wanted to do this week's check on it, like I said, all this past week, and you can actually go back and look at the videos that it was talking about reflexology. It's a type of massage that you can actually get regarding your physical and mental health. So what it sounds like to me, the bottom line is if our Qi, once again, is actually out of whack because of, yes, it's physical and mental, but once again is what we're putting in our bodies, actually what we're eating. So the very important thing is what we actually need to be doing is make sure we're aware and creating awareness and taking better care of our body about actually what we're taking in, what we're eating, okay? And you might say, Carla, then what's the solution? Warming foods, they said, such as grains, sweet potatoes, chicken, as well as some spices like cayenne and ginger should be consumed frequently. I wanted to go over with you all because I did notice a lot of information that was actually talking about, and something I'm doing right now. It's a 30-day healthcare program in my business, and a lot of this information that I'm understanding is actually what I'm doing now. So it's very, very important for you to have a lifestyle change as far as your eating habits, okay? And in this program, and if you actually heard me talk about it, or if you actually need to just have a one-on-one, you can actually reach out to me. That the 30-day healthcare program has all the products that you actually need. It relieves, pain. It takes away weight loss. Okay, you're always losing inches and weight, like you said, without even working out. It removes that memory fog. In other words, it gets your digestive system and your GI tract back on track where it actually needs to be. So this is why it was so important. I wanted to just dig a little deeper, and wanted to do a video in this week's chat on making sure that we're staying in tune with our energy, our Qi, okay, and make sure we're not having a Qi deficiency, and what we actually can do to take care of our bodies, okay? And it did say a lifestyle change, such as slowing down one's lifestyle. In other words, is creating awareness of what you're eating. And then also, over traditional Chinese medicine, they actually also mention too, as far as our lifestyle of slowing down, because we're actually patted on the back for multitasking, moving fast and at a rapid pace at all given times still, but actually just taking the time to slow down. And they use it for an example. Multitasking is recommended to get one's many things. In other words, that's not something that they pride on. In other words, is multitasking or moving fast rapidly all the time. In other words, an example they gave, multitasking is not, in other words, it wasn't, recommended. In other words, what they're saying is, in other words, like when you're sitting down to eat, just eat and enjoy your food. In other words, is still sitting down, not being able to enjoy your meal because you're checking your email or you're on your cell phone. But once again, that's the world that we actually live in. And when I was reading over this article, I was so amazed and impressed. In other words, when you think about other countries compared to our country and how we live, and it's sad, and it's actually so true. And then we actually wonder why that we have an issue with whether it's obesity, or in other words, we're simply not healthy, and why in the United States that a lot of our issues, skin issues, health issues, just a lot of our issues, the bottom line, skin issues, like I said, health issues, is coming from because of what we're eating. Once again, not creating that awareness of what we're actually taking into our bodies. In other words, is the company, the business that I'm actually with now, that's why I am so thankful and blessed that I found it, because now I know what I need to be doing as far as what I'm taking in. Because it teaches you how to get healthier from the inside out. Okay, and I noticed once you actually get that information, I notice that I am aware now and I pay attention to what I'm eating, what I'm not eating. And another thing I love about the program, certain things that I actually crave in the past, I don't even crave anymore. And that's a plus. In other words, the craving is no longer even there. So I just thought it was very, very important to, go dig a little deeper in regards to our chi. In other words, our energy and what we're actually are doing to ourselves. But if we create awareness and educate and help each other, then we can get ourselves back on track. Okay. How is Qi deficiency diagnosed? Over in, like you said, TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, they just do a detailed medical history and they conduct a physical examination. But it says during these examinations they pay close attention to the tongue because it's a primary factor of, it's an indicator of if a person's, in other words, harmony or is in disharmony. In other words, if their Qi is where it needs to be, or if it's actually if they have a Qi deficiency. A pale tongue may indicate a Qi deficiency, but once again, that's over in traditional Chinese medicine. I'm quite sure that you probably never even heard the word Qi over here in the United States. Actually, like I said, like myself, but it's very, very important to be aware. In other words, in what we actually can do, and what it sounds like to me is it can affect, like I said, your mental state of mind as well as your physical state. So in other words, is if we're doing what we need to do as far as, once again, our lifestyle change, our eating habits, that we can make sure our Qi is actually always in harmony like it's supposed to. They actually did say some studies have shown that balancing your Qi energy may improve the survival rate of cancer patients and ease symptoms such as pain, fatigue, and nausea. So it has benefits, and they actually have studies that shows that it improves the survival rate of cancer patients. It eases symptoms such as pain, fatigue, and nausea. So once again, if we're keeping our Qi in check like we're supposed to, then we're going to be healthier. How you say, physically and mentally. Okay. Are you ready to give mindful eating a shot? In other words, are you ready to start taking care of yourself? Okay, if so, reach out to me with a direct message and let's get you started on the right path to getting your Qi in a well-balanced harmony. Okay, I look forward to definitely helping you all take that journey. Once again, this is my second go around. I actually have another week left on my 30-day challenge on my program, and I'm super excited about seeing what the results are. My first go around was actually in the month of June, and I actually wasn't working out at the time due to a health issue that left me devastated, but also because of my business. And when I actually joined the business in the 30-day healthcare program, I was able to lose 10 pounds, and that was without working out. But it also has taught me how to take better care of myself and taught me how to be healthier from the inside out. Okay, that's regarding my skin and mental state of mind as well. So if you're interested in taking care of yourself and getting yourself together physically and mentally, reach out to me and send a DM. I'll be more than happy to help you get your, how you say, if your Qi is actually out of whack, help you get it balanced to where it needs to be and get it back on track. Okay, thank you all for watching the replay, and I'll be talking to you all soon. If you're actually curious about who I am, you can actually, like I said, just reach out to me, send me a direct message, or if you're curious what I'm actually doing working from home, or I said what this business is, or what this company is all about, or the 30-day healthcare challenger program, send me a direct message. You can also reach out to me on my social platforms. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Instagram as well if you want to actually reach out to me. I also will include in this post as well, this video, my email and then my telephone number. I hope everyone's having a blessed weekend, and I'll be talking to you all soon. Bye.